one true wish is to be like them, humans, I mean. Well, not the bad parts. For example, they have such strong emotions. They cry a lot, laugh a lot, and sometimes do both at the same time. It hurts them to have babies because their pelvises are curved in a strange way. They could even eat species like us if they wanted to. Gross. But I would really like to have the good parts of being human, like their strength, creativity, and courage. Actually, if I could be human, I probably wouldn't care about the bad parts. It would be an easy trade-off. So, let me tell you about the first human I ever met, who turned out to be one of my closest friends. My family and I live on the planet Folia, which is widely believed to be the oldest planet of sentience in the universe. The Folian people like to remind us of this at every opportunity. Folia is a melting pot of sentient species because the Interplanetary Sentient Council is based here. I'm originally from the planet Milana, and our species have been Folian allies for millennia. My parents were mid-level public servants working at the Sentient Council as clerks. They had the same job, same personality, and same boring friends. Everything about their life seemed dull to me. I was around 16 standard years old, which is similar to human adolescence. I was bored with school, bored with life, and just plain bored. Living a plant-based prey species existence was so monotonous. I needed something exciting to happen. It was at that time a new kid started at school. His name was Leon, and he was human. News of his arrival spread like wildfire. There was a special meeting and everything. All our parents were informed and invited to give their opinions or even protests. It was a big deal. A predatory human was coming to our school. The adults were petrified, but the kids were exhilarated. We were going to have a real, live human at school. Woohoo! Then the news came. I was to be his buddy. My parents nearly freaked out. They eventually came around when I told them I would have a Folian guard with me until it was confirmed that the kid was safe. You could never be too sure with their kind. The school thought this precaution was necessary. My school was a bit unusual because it was an interplanetary school. That's school speak for an expensive elite interspecies school for ambassadors' kids and royal families. My family wasn't in that league, but they mixed with people who were, so my dad's boss got me in. Long story short, most of the kids there were snobby and cliquey, and I didn't really like many of them. But the upside was that Principal Stochastic loved me because there were very few normal kids in his school, and I was one of them. I'll never forget Leon's first day. I arrived early at 11 a.m. for an 11:30 start. I've since heard that's super late for humans, but for us plant-based species, it's the best time to begin school since the suns have been up for a few hours, and our energy levels have risen. Good old photosynthesis. Leon's transporter swept in at 11:15. My school principal and the guard were there with me to meet him. The other kids were already in class to avoid a rubbernecking riot on the front steps. He got out of the transporter on his own. No parents, no escort, nothing. He walked like he had been there forever. This guy, I thought. I had seen humans from a distance and heard my parents talk about them since they dealt with them at work. But I had never seen one up close. His skin was smooth and fair, and he showed his teeth when he approached. Then he saw my face and quickly hid them behind his lips, realizing it freaked me out, which it did. "Hello, Leon," Principal Stochastic said. "Hello, sir," Leon replied, hiding his teeth. "Nice to have you here," Stochastic continued. "This is your student buddy, Edulis. He will show you around and help you get to know how we do things here." "Thank you," said Leon. "Nice to meet you, Edulis," he said, turning to look at me properly. Now, melanins are a plant-based species. We are genetically similar to Terran bamboo. That means I am tall, skinny, and pretty flexible. I'm hella tough, or so I thought. When Leon looked at me, he looked up because I'm 9 feet tall. That surprised you, didn't it? Straining to hide his teeth, Leon stared at me. I let him take in my magnificence. Just kidding. "Well, you're short and weird looking, even for a human," I said. "Big mistake." He threw back his head and laughed loudly, slapping his legs with his arms and bending over. Stochastic freaked out and ran inside the building. The Folian guard stood rooted to the spot, unsure about what to do. I just stared at Leon, specifically at his arms and legs, realizing that this was a species that could crush us all if they felt like it. Humans have muscles, hard, almost unbreakable bones, and a massive BMI compared to us. They are just plain heavy, strong, and scary. They have terrifying sharp teeth, eat both plants and meat, think super fast, make decisions at light speed, and can fight with whatever they have around them or with just their bare hands. But I stood my ground. I forced myself to do the melanin version of a fake smile, scrunching up my eyes and cheeks, and waited until he calmed down. "Good one, man," he said, and slapped me on the back. I almost snapped in half but stayed upright. "Have you been here long, Leon, on Folia?" I asked, needing him to know that he should tone it down or he would continue to freak us all out. "Nope, just got here 2 days ago," he said. "It's the first real interplanetary school I've been at. Are you melanin?" "Yeah, close. I'm McCanon." "Cool," Leon nodded, looking around. "Where's the principal?" It was around this time that Stochastic reappeared, holding a large book in front of him. OMG, he's using it like a shield, I thought, hilarious. "Ah, come inside, boys," Stochastic said, his voice wavering. "Class will start soon." "Okay," said Leon. "Lead the way, Edulis." We walked up the school steps, and I pushed open one of the double doors. Leon attempted to push the other one, but instead, as he pushed it, it flew off its hinges and 6 feet down the hallway. "Crap," he muttered. "I'm sorry, sir," Leon said. Principal Stochastic had run away again, and the guard had left too. It was just me and Leon against the world. Please God, let the school be standing at the end of the day, I thought, cracking up internally. I bit the bullet. "Okay, man, we need to have a serious talk here." "Yeah," Leon said. "It's a bit weird how he keeps leaving." "Well, Leon, the thing is, you're scary." "What?" he said. "Leon, you're human," I said simply. "No kidding," he replied sarcastically. "Man, all of us here are prey species. A lot of us are petrified of you guys. You can snap us with your hands, you can run faster and jump higher, you can make weapons out of anything, you can swim in water, and you can, eat us." With that last comment, I hit a nerve. Leon's face fell, and he looked away. Leon apologized profusely and sat at his desk with his head in his hands. But the next class, things started looking up. It was physical training. We had to partner up. Of course, I had to go with Leon. I was his buddy, but no one else would have anyway. We had a special uniform depending on our species, but Leon's was way too small. He came out of the change rooms with a t-shirt halfway up his abdomen and shorts that showed most of his upper thighs. Everyone was horrified and transfixed. There was way too much human anatomy on display. Leon was really embarrassed but tried to make the best of it. Our PT teacher is a Melocanan like me. She's 10 feet tall and really strong. Well, we thought she was. In our pairs, we had to take weights and transfer them as quickly as we could across the room. Leon picked up the whole bucket of weights in one go, so we won that one. Then we had to climb a rope and traverse a rock wall. Leon got up and down the rope in 10 seconds. Then he climbed the rock wall like a spider, his body flat to the surface, constantly moving. We won that one. Next, he threw a medicine ball so far it bounced back off the gym wall and almost hit that same capron again. When we did the reaction time test, Leon caught every single ore being fired out of the machine. He even jumped across 6 feet to catch one in the air, landed on the hard floor, banged his head, and acted like nothing happened. He did all this while hardly wearing a thing, his scary, muscular human physique on display for the whole class to see. It was freaking awesome. At the end of the class, our teacher stood in stunned silence, staring at Leon. "How old are you, Leon?" she asked. "I'm 16, he said. "When do human males reach maturity?" About 25 maybe, Leon said. My teacher's mouth dropped open. "You mean to say you're getting faster and stronger?" "Well, yeah, ma'am," he said simply, and shrugged his shoulders. "I'm hungry now, guys. Isn't it lunch?" We walked slowly to the cafeteria after changing from PT. Leon had his normal clothes on and obviously felt far more comfortable. We sat in the school lunchroom, a group of kids from all over the universe, all lumped together in this crazy school. I got out my food, which is sugary fluids in the form of a shake. That's what we mostly eat. Leon got out his food, which was a steak sandwich. Instantly, every prey sentient in the room could smell the meat. It's hard to explain what that's like for a prey species. A horrifying, mesmerizing, sickening feeling that gets you in the middle of your gut, or your xylem and phloem in my case. Some kids ran out of the room, some just moved quickly away. One kid dropped his food all over the floor, and several species just screamed. Edulis actually peed himself. Ha ha, payback's a B% dollar hashat. Leon sat perfectly still, the steak sandwich poised mid-bite, meat and bread flapping in the breeze. "Dude," I almost yelled, "you can't eat that here." Leon actually drooled as the sandwich was almost in his mouth. Then he quickly wrapped it up and ran out of the room so fast, he banged into the lunchroom door and, yeah, he broke that door too. I found him after about 10 minutes, sitting on the front doorstep of the school. He had his comms device out and his cheeks were wet. He wiped his face with his hand and looked at me hard for a long time. "Edulis, I don't think this place is for me," he started out. "Leon," I said, "it's your first day in a new school. You're human and no one else here is. When I started here, I was the only McCanan kid. A Folian guy pushed me, and because I'm so tall, I banged my head on the top of the door frame. Yeah, but you're a prey species. We're different, you know." "I know, man, but it's really good that you're here. You have brains, you're freaking strong and fast, and you're funny. Though don't freak out stochastic with all that knee slapping again." Leon managed to smile. His gross teeth glinted in the sun, but they didn't freak me out as much this time. "We just need to get used to you. You can't run from it, dude. No matter where you go in this universe, there's going to be all of us, and we can't run from you guys. Well, for a start, you would catch us and then probably eat us." Leon threw back his head and laughed again, and this time I joined in for real. This wraps up our incredible adventure with Edulis and Leon, where a human and a plant-based alien formed an unlikely friendship in a world of interplanetary cultures. Their journey through misunderstandings, challenges, and triumphs highlights the importance of courage, adaptability, and open-mindedness. If this tale of interspecies friendship and overcoming fears resonated with you, please show your support. Leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more stories of connection and discovery across the cosmos. And remember, for every comment that says unity, you'll receive our heartfelt appreciation. Your engagement inspires us to bring you more unique and captivating stories. Thank you for joining us in this extraordinary journey.